Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Happy morning, everyone. Boom.
Morning. Dua.
Wow. We will open this meeting. But first, let me introduce you our house rules for today. First, thank you so much, everyone, for coming in time. Because our first rule is be on time. The room is open 15 minutes before the agenda starts, and let's follow the time given in the agenda that I will share later. And second, please identify yourself properly. Please rename yourself according to the following format. Why? Because later we will have special sessions for guests or visiting Toastmasters to join our open debate. So the moderator can call you to join if you can rename yourself properly. If you are a visiting Toastmaster, please rename yourself to VTM, stands for Visiting Toastmasters, and then your name, and then name of your club. For example, VTM John from ABC Toastmasters Club. And then for non-Toastmasters, guests and first-time attendees, thank you for sparing your Friday night to join our special meeting tonight. Please rename yourself to G, and then your name, for example, G John. All right, I will help you later in renaming yourself as well. And please turn on your camera so we can see your energy. Make sure your face is within the video frame. And keep your microphone on mute. Mute your microphone whenever you are not speaking. When it is your turn to speak, I encourage you to join our session. Then you can turn on your microphone to speak. And last, be fully present and have fun. Pay attention and participate actively. Use the chat box to leave any feedbacks or encouragements to the speaker. You can also respond if someone, for example, someone is making a joke, you can laugh at the chat box as well. And that's the introduction of our house rules. I would love to give the control to our president, Toastmaster Alvin. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uyun. Boom Duar. Happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning.
Morning. Happy morning and welcome to SCBD Toastmasters. And now we are having friendly debate between the collaboration between three clubs, the Ultimate Toastmasters Club, SCBD Toastmasters Club, and also Essential Toastmasters Club. This is our third debate, the last debate. We're gonna win. Well, let's find out later. Woo! And for guests and visiting members, I would like to present you some introduction about SCBD Toastmasters Club. We are a place for you to become a better you by striving for progress. And Toastmasters is around the world. If you chat in a GPT, public speaking clubs, you will find Toastmasters. Yeah, we are around the world, 300,000 more members, 149 countries, and more than 15,000 clubs. And since 1924, Toastmasters International has been a non-profit educational organization that teach not only public speaking, but also leadership skills. And about SCBD, we are a community that aspires to provide three things. First is equal opportunity for member self-development and a safe place to learn public speaking and leadership. And of course, networking opportunities for everyone. And there are pathways in the Toastmasters. By joining as a member, you are eligible to choose one of the pathways that provide a structured learning experience to master the skills that you are interested in. For example, I was interested in leadership because I was lack of leadership. I cannot decide where to eat at lunch. So because of that, I selected dynamic leadership. And now here I am, I dare myself to take a leadership role in Toastmasters. And once you reach level 2 in any pathways, you're eligible to join Toastmasters competition. And our meeting is on every Friday, 6:55 to 9 p.m. Jakarta time. And just quick announcement, during Ramadan, between the last week of March until the last week on the April, we will having the meeting every Saturday at 10 p.m. until 10 a.m. in the morning until 12 p.m. 12 p.m. And is that enough? As I said, we have Toastmasters Club around the world. We have Match 7 p.m. on Tuesday. We have Ultimate on Tuesday, 7 p.m. We have Empire, 7 p.m. And also Recita Club is on Eagle, Surabaya, 7 p.m. on Thursday. And also mods in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. And then from UI, also on Thursday and Saturday. And as for Friday, it is only for SCBD. Club hopping is forbidden on Friday. And quick announcement, we have two programs in our SCBD club. First is evaluation and feedback. The purpose is to improve yourself, not only in regular meeting. How to do it, just post your video, then boom, duar, you will get your own feedback. So you can keep progressing outside of the meeting. And also start from 1 January until 9 June, we will reward every role players that having the most frequent in taking a role. And also apply to Exco as well and visiting Toastmaster, you have the chance. So for non-Exco, you will have 500,000 for the first place, 300,000 second place, and 200,000 for the third place. And for the Exco and visiting Toastmaster, 250,000 for first place, 150,000 for second place, and 100,000 for third place. The motto is enjoy now and reach then. So that is the opening. I will have the control to our chief moderator. Please help me welcome our club secretary, Toastmaster Muhammad Agung Wardoyo. Over to you.
Happy morning and boom door. Let me have my Japanese accent. Boom door. Hello everyone. How are you guys, my fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests? My name is Agung Muhammad Agung Wardoyo. I am the member of SCBD Toastmasters. Thank you so much, Mr. President, to introduce myself. And I am the chief moderator for tonight's event. So what are we gonna do today? As already mentioned by our president, that today is the special day, that this is an event of the debate series. The debate will be having two sides, negative and positive. So let's have fun, even though we are on the different sides. Moving forward, don't forget to always be supportive and don't make each other feel bad, right? So yeah. All right, then so tonight, as we will have the event will be going, I will have another team. I have a team that will be helping me in the running of this event. So before that, I would like to introduce you to two sessions that will be the highlight for today. First is the closed debate session, which is the teams already teamed up before, so they already have prepared. So please stay tuned and see what they have got. Right, the theme for the closed debate session is smartphones make us stupid. And then the second session is open debate session. It will be open to all of you guys, to the floor, so that everyone can join in this session. The theme will be the Androids are better than iPhones. Oh, the topics already spicy, right? So please stay tuned and don't forget to enjoy in the session later. Now, I would like to introduce you to my ranger. The first ranger I have Toastmaster Farah Rizik from LKTC or Lipo Karawaci Toastmaster Club. She is being the timer. Toastmaster Farah, are you ready?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Agung, our chief moderator tonight. Happy morning, everyone. Let me share my screen to share the timer rule for tonight meetings. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. For tonight, as timer rule, we have three big sessions. First session is closed debate session. In closed debate session, for first and second closed debater, they have 2 until 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will share the green screen. And then at 2 and 30, I will share the 2 and 30 minutes, I will share the yellow screen, and for 3 minutes, I will share the red screen. And then for the third debater, they have a longer time that means 3 until 5 minutes. At 3 minutes, I will share the green screen. And then at 4 minutes, I will share the yellow screen. And at 5 minutes, I will share the red screen. And then for comment from the floor, they have each speaker have 1 minute. I will share the yellow screen at 45 seconds and 1 minute for the red screen. And for reply to the comment, they have each person 1 minute, 45 seconds for yellow screen and 1 minute for red screen. Later, I will share how the screen. And then for this session, closed debate, if closed debater time is already running out or red, I already shared the red screen, the speaker will be muted directly by our Zoom master. And then for the second session is open debate session. For open debate session, debater, all the debater will be like the table topic timing, like 1 until 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will share the green screen. At 1 minute and 30 second, I will share the yellow screen, and 2 minutes, I will share the red screen. The speaker who still speak more than 2 and 30 seconds will be not eligible to be voted in the last ballot. And then for the last is shift judge remark session. For shift judge remark session, they have 3 until 5 minutes. At 3 minutes, I will share the I will share the green screen. At 4 minutes, I will share the yellow screen. And at 5 minutes, I will share the red screen. They has 30 seconds to finish the speech. Okay. I will also raise my hand, so please attention to my screen. Thank you. Back to our chief moderator, Toastmaster Agung.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farah. Thank you for the very detailed explanations. Like already said by Toastmaster Farah, that she will be changing her virtual background into the colors that she already mentioned, green, yellow, and also the red, to alert you with the time that you have spent. And then please don't forget to always see her background, because the Zoom master will mute, especially for the speaker, will mute you for debate for close debater, will mute you directly if her background turns into red. And also yes, I think that's all. I think you have to move forward to another ranger, which is the ballot counter. Our ballot counter is Toastmaster Nurani Mustika Dewi from Maranatha Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster Rani, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, our chief moderator. So for tonight, I will be your ballot counter, and as the ballot counter, it is my responsibility to conduct a voting session. There will be 3 voting sessions. So the first one is for the most favorite individual closed debaters. The next one is for the best floor debater. And the last one is for the best closed open debater. So after each session, I will launch a voting link in the chat box, and everyone will be given 1 minute to vote for the most favorite debaters. And by the end of the meeting, I will present the award who is the most favorite close debaters, the best floor debaters, and the best open debaters. Well, I think that's all. Back to you, our chief moderator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rani. Yes, we will be having not a winner, but winners. A lot of winners tonight. So yeah, I want to highlight that the closed debates session will be judged and will be scored by the undercover judges. So Toastmaster Rani will not be sharing the vote for the team, I mean the negative team or the affirmative team, to choose which one is better, which one is winning. Yeah. So please make sure to join the ballot session so that your vote matters. Okay, then that's my rangers. So I would like to give this time to the main session, which is the closed debate session. Let me welcome our moderator, Toastmaster Fahmi Fuadi from Essential Toastmasters Club. Hi, Toastmaster Fahmi.
Hello, that's Master Agung.
How are you?
Great. I'm so excited tonight.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So, what are you expecting from your session tonight?
Well, so just so everyone knows that we are having a debate session, class debate session on the smartphones makes us debate, which is such a topic that is close to each one of us, since I believe every one of us have smartphones in our life. So yeah, and we have two great teams, one representing multiple clubs and the other representing the SCBD Toastmasters Club to debate this topic. So if any of you have already formed an opinion on this topic, please hold on to your thoughts until you listen to the arguments provided by these two teams. Okay, so I'm taking the control now. Toastmaster Agung?
Yes, please, Toastmaster Fahmi. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much. So everyone, hello once again. My name is Fahmi Fuadi, and I'm from Essential Toastmasters Club, and I will be your moderator for the closed debate session tonight. So as I mentioned earlier, we will be having a debate on the topic of smartphones and how it impacts our life, specifically whether it makes us stupid or not. Before we start the debate session, I would like to call our chief judge, who is leading the theme that will evaluate both teams and choose the winning teams. So everyone, please welcome our chief judge, Toastmaster Reynaldo Rarung from the Ultimate Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Reynaldo, are you there? Yeah. Please, Toastmaster Reynaldo, the screen is yours.
Thank you, yep, I'm here, just got kicked out. Thank you, our closed debate moderator, Toastmaster Fahmi from Essential Toastmasters Club. Everyone, allow me to share my screen to lay out tonight's judging criteria. Hopefully it's already visible now. Okay.
Yes.
Here's the judging criteria for tonight. There will be a couple of points. Number one, substance, and then the team synergy, demeanor or behavior, voice, and language. Let's start from the substance. Number one is about the clear definition of the subject that being debated, and then whether the debaters have a clear position, and then whether the debaters directly address the issue, as well as responding to the other side's argument or critique, and then the logical sequence that's being laid out by the debaters, or the coherence, meaning the structure from one statement to the others, and then whether the arguments being made by any debaters research or evidence-based or not. And then the team synergy, we're going to talk about whether there's going to be a contradictive statement from one's own team. We can call it as a friendly fire. And then, of course, the cohesiveness of the whole team, which might or can be perceived from the opening and the closing impacts from one's team. And then the demeanor, we're going to talk about the confidence from the debaters. And this is the most important thing, is how can the debaters being respectful not only to the other side of the aisles, but also to the whole audience as well as the respective judges. And when it comes to voice, we're going to talk about articulation or pronunciation, and then the language fluency. Lastly, the inflection, meaning the change of tone or voice whenever the debaters delivering their statements. And the last point would be language. We're talking about whether there's going to be a descriptive language that being used, euphemism meaning that whether there's going to be a change of words, particularly words that are offensive or unpleasant to be used, and that person change it to a different words that has the same meaning but more softer in terms of tone. And then the metaphorical language being used, and of course the wisdom or adage, we know it as proverb, and idiom. Lastly, wit, meaning that there's either going to be a use of words in a clever and humorous way. That's wit. Now, lastly, what's noteworthy is that remember, there will be no marking assigned to specific parts of the debate, but rather it will be judged holistically. However, let's be watchful of speakers who are full of sound and fury, but signifying nothing. I believe that's all from my side as Chief Judge, and I'll give the control back to our closed debate moderator, Toastmaster Fahmi.
Thank you very much to our Chief Judge, Toastmaster Ronaldo, for such a detailed explanation on the criteria that the judging team will be using during this debate session. So debaters, please make sure you pay attention to all those criteria. And now I would like to introduce you to our debaters for tonight. In the affirmative team, we have 3 Toastmasters coming from 3 different clubs, but they are united by the letter R that starts their name. First, the first speaker from the affirmative team is Toastmaster Resita Sri Wahyuni from Eagle Toastmasters Club, and she will be followed by Toastmaster Reddy Karyasari from the Motivator Toastmasters Club, and then lastly, the closing debater from the affirmative team will be Toastmaster Ranto Haposan Gultom from the UI Toastmasters Club. While in the negative team, we have Toastmasters coming from the SCBD Toastmasters Club, all 3 of them. And first, they will be represented by Toastmaster Adrian Eka Febrianto, followed by Toastmaster Septika Dewi Sinaga, and lastly, the part will be closed by Toastmaster Donna Nadira. Before we start the debate session, I would like to remind to all audience that after all 6 debaters presented their cases, you will have a chance to provide your comments or questions to all these debaters later as a floor debater. So without further ado, let's start our debate session with the first debater for tonight, which is the first debater from the affirmative team and Toastmaster Resita Sri Wahyuni. Toastmaster Resita, are you there and ready?
Am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are visible and audible. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please welcome the first debater from the affirmative team, Toastmaster Resita Sri Wahyuni.
Ladies and gentlemen, smartphone has been the pocket best friend for around 6.8 billion people in the world. But what is a smartphone? Smartphone is a mobile phone that can function as good as a computer. Typically have a touch screen, internet connection, and also capable of running a downloaded application. It's that 6 inches of screen that people have been staring at since they wake up until they sleep again, making people feel intoxicated, unable to lift their thumb nor eyes from it. Nowadays, we are familiar with the term smartphone thumb users. And that sentence is in line with my belief that smartphone makes us stupid. And the first reason to that is because smartphone cause an addiction. A company named Asurion, a tech care company, has conducted a research and found that in average, people check their phone almost 100 times a day. People are craving for more texts, more ding-dong notifications, YouTube Shorts, Reel, and so many more. And what does an addiction do? It makes your brain receptors feel overwhelmed. People with addiction find that in time, they don't get the same pleasure as before. So they need more of the substance to get the same level of dopamine high. And the implication is actually quite scary. When you feed an addiction, you are disabling the part of your brain that handles conflict. In result, you become conflict stupid, unable to take steps necessary to make a logical decision or even just a logical thinking. And what even more scary is people with addiction deny that they are addicted. So beware. Smartphone causes an addiction, and addiction equals stupidity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Resita, for such an opening statement from the affirmative team. And now that we have the opening statement from the affirmative team, I would like to call the first speaker from the negative team to be ready. Toastmaster Adrian Eka Febranto, are you there?
Okay, I'm here. Am I visible and audible?
Wait, I'm still looking for you. Yes, you are visible and audible.
Oh, wait.
So,
Okay.
So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please welcome the opening debater from the negative team, Toastmaster Adrian Eka.
Thank you, Chief Judges. I'd like to thank Toastmaster Resita for bringing out the point of what is her point about smartphone making us stupid. But I argue that the first point that she bring out, which is by the smartphone definition, it makes us intoxicated. Second, it makes an addiction, and it relates to makes us dumber. I'd like to implore Toastmaster Resita here, what definition of addiction here? You don't say the definition of the term before. I prefer if you define it in more medical way, so we have the standardized definition about addiction is. And you say that addicted people usually deniable. Yeah, they would be deniable if we don't provide them the addiction, which the addiction means anything. It differ with other people. And to prove I stand against the motion smartphone makes us stupid. The first one, the recent research in February 22, published in Journal Experimental Psychology, University College of London, it states that it shows that digital devices indeed help people to store and remember very important information that frees up time to concentrate, to focus on more on high valuable things. So if we offloaded our information to the digital devices, it does not impeding our ability to remember anything, but it enhance our capability to remember more high value things and more innovative stuff. Furthermore, according to German consultant M Health estimates that there are more than 200,000 mobile health apps, well-being, and it helps us with our well-beingness, and it helps us to take care of ourselves. It also proves that application developers trying to reach us by the smartphones. We can name some application that exclusively designed for smartphones. You name it, Mind Valley. And there is also a feature which inside our smartphone, which is a camera. By your definition, smartphones indeed we can communicate with other people, but it also can communicate with other systems as well. Camera search, it's brilliantly helpful for our daily life to learn. From TechCrunch, this is not to weaken our reading comprehension, but to fortify our knowledge from the daily object. So, all in all, to wrap it up, smartphones does not make us stupid. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adrian, for the rebuttal against the opening statement from Toastmaster Resita and the first argument from the negative team on the topics. That was the first round of this debate. How is it so far? And things started to get heated. Before we continue, I would like to remind all the audience once again that you will have the chance to provide the comments or questions to both teams later after all 6 debaters provided their speeches. So please pay attention and prepare for your comments or questions. Now, without further ado, let's move on to the second round of this debate. And we'll call upon Toastmaster Radhika Riasari as the second debater from the affirmative team. Toastmaster Radhika, are you there? Hello, Toastmaster Radhika. Let's wait a moment until Toastmaster Radhika is available while our team is checking with her if she has a problem. Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry for that slight technological inconvenience, as it's always happened.
Okay. Are you ready now?
Well, yes, I have to be ready, right?
Yeah. Okay. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, please welcome the second speaker from the affirmative team, Toastmaster Radhika.
Okay, thank you. But the motion today, smartphone does makes us stupid. As Toastmaster Resita already soundly explained in her argument, it cannot be more true that smartphones have become a major distraction in our lives. With people spending an average of almost 100 times per day checking their phones, this distraction can make us less productive and less focused, leading to a decrease in our ability to make sound decisions. This addiction can lead to a decrease in our ability to handle conflict and make logical decisions. Now, I would like to give my rebuttal. In regard to negative speaker argument, which stated about smartphone use in our digital device. According to Computers in Human Behavior in 2014, the study stated that smartphones addictions is undeniable, and majority of smartphone users failed to manage their time. That leads to addiction instead. Now, I will leave to give my stance in regards to our tonight's motions. In addition to this first speaker arguments of my team, I will give my take in this case. They greatly support our motion. There is a growing body of research that suggests the excessive use of smartphone use can lead to poor navigation skills, lack of sleep, and depression. Here are some arguments backed with relevant studies. Studies have shown that smartphone use can negatively affect our spatial navigation skills. For example, a study published in the journal Computers in Human Behaviors found that smartphone use was associated with poor performance on a spatial memory tasks that required participants to navigate a virtual environment. And also another study published in the journal PLOS ONE found that smartphone use was associated with decreased gray matter volume in our brain, specifically in the anterior cingulate cortex, a brain region that is involved in spatial navigation. The study tells us that smartphone does harm to our body, to our brains to be specific. And also about the lack of sleep. The blue light emitted by smartphones can disrupt our sleep patterns and lead to sleep deprivations. A study published in the journal PLOS ONE also found that exposure to blue light before bedtime suppress melatonin production, a hormone that regulates our sleep pattern. This can make it more difficult for us to fall asleep and stay asleep also. Another study published in the journal Sleep Health found that smartphone use before the bedtime was associated with poorer sleep quality and increased daytime sleepiness. Again, it affects our cognitive ability, which makes us dumber. And the last one, smartphone use also been linked to depression.
Sorry, 3 minutes is up.
Yeah.
Back to
Toastmaster
moderator.
Radhika's time is up, so she is muted by our Zoom master directly. I'm sorry, Toastmaster Radhika, but that was such a fiery arguments from the affirmative team about the effect of smartphones to our physiological and impact to our cognitive abilities. So yes, and we will move on to the second speaker from the negative team, which is Toastmaster Saptika Dewi Sinaga. Toastmaster Saptika, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Great. Toastmaster Saptika is, yeah, great. So, fellow Toastmaster and guests, please welcome the second speaker from the negative team, Toastmaster Sapti.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Ms. Speakers for bringing this issue. It feels both easy and logical to blame the technology we've so recently adopted as stand against to what you pointed out. According to Catherine Price, a science writer, in her book in 2018, said that you will only remember the things you pay attention to. If you are not paying attention, you are literally not going to have memory of it to remember. It means that any stuff could be distraction for our focus. To make it clear, let me strengthen the argument. Distraction that, according to Guardian's article, any interruption will reduce our ability to focus and retain information. Therefore, it is not exclusive to smartphones. Then I would go on definitely disagreeing to the statement of smartphone makes us less social, toxic, being attached to it, as you mentioned before. Whatever Meredith said, it's kind of fellowship for me. I have data to support my argument. Let me share what I found about less social, where mankind started reading newspapers in 1895. Have you seen my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we cited data from Rutgers University article, 1909. What we are talking about is blaming smartphone as a reason less social, toxic, and so forth is not valid. In other words, antisocial behavior from devices have existed since newspaper begins. So I implore you, affirmative team, give us credible evidences on it. Here, I also wanted to reaffirm to what Toastmaster Adian said. We know that component of smartness, including intelligence, emotional, spiritual, adaptability, and curiosity in question. My partner has mentioned about Smartphone make us smarter through some apps that we could install in, such as Mind Valley. Let's go out for the expansion. Therefore, we have evidence by result of the research from Northwest University, South Africa. The results showed that 52% of the students believe that smartphones help them academically, where participants consistently using their smartphone in their educational learning. Plus, more than 90% of responding students are using their smartphones for academic purposes. So it does crystal clear, right, that smartphones doesn't make us stupid, not as a bad one as our cortex, our brain makes us dumber. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, answer my question. Why do we have to backwards while we have advanced in this technology era? It would be hypocrisy if we insist that knowledge wouldn't be spreading over the world without smartphones, right? So, however, here we strongly believe that smartphone doesn't make us stupid. Back to you, moderator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sapti. Woo. It's getting heated tonight, and we have great arguments and rebuttal from both sides of the aisle. So, and that was the second round of our debate for tonight. Before we move on to the closing round and the third and closing round, I would like to remind everyone once again that you will have a chance to give a comments or questions to either of the team later. So now we will move on to the last round of the debate for tonight. And I would like to call upon the third speaker from the affirmative team, Toastmaster Ranto Hapusan Kultom, to provide the closing argument from the affirmative team. Toastmaster Ranto, are you ready?
Yes, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please welcome Toastmaster Ranto with his closing argument for the affirmative team.
Yes, thank you, our close debate moderator. We understand that the smartphone is a new invention in the modern area that is very useful in our worlds. But we should consider that already many research and study that already to analyze, evaluate smartphone to human being. All parties are involved in this research. Students, lecturers, and scientists for many years did the experiments, and all the results show the same data that smartphone make us stupid. Cognitive capacity and overall brain power are significantly reduced when we use our smartphone. Let me describe briefly and support with our first debater and second debater that already explained the data. Number one, smartphone cause addiction. How many of us that are guilty of reaching for our phones just moment after waking up, checking emails, scrolling through social media, and seeing what the latest news from today? Woke up in the morning, open smartphone, watching YouTube, and having lunch and using the TikTok accounts. We all did it. That's a real of addiction to smartphone. And from the second debater, we already explained about disadvantages of smartphone, make sleepless and depressed, and make poor of navigations. Let me describe for the sleepless and depressed. How many of us that using smartphones less than 5 hours a day? I do believe nobody did it, obviously. Most of us use smartphone more than 15 hours a day. It will make us sleepless, depressed, not enough time to sleep, and absolutely it reduces our productivity. Our second debater already explained that the blue light emitted by our smartphone screen retains the productions of melatonin, the hormone that control your sleep-wake cycle. It makes it difficult to fall asleep and wake up in the next day. And the third point that we want to describe again is smartphones make poor of navigations. When was the last time you went someplace new without consulting your smartphone, using Google Map or Waze? When we rely on our phones to get around, we're passing up a chance to use our natural navigation skill that we have in our body. Every time you drive a car, you automatically use Google Map or Waze. Every time you go back from school and office, you use Google Maps and Waze. That we lose our skills and that's poor of navigations. Even though that's a fancy of this word, but in conclusion, we do believe smartphone encourage habits and behavior that is damaging to our heart. Do you want to protect yourself from damage? Do you want to protect your family, your children from stupidity? Or do you want to sustain our human life in this world in proper place and good environment? If you want to, so go ahead. Throw away smartphone from your life because we do believe that smartphone make us stupid. Life is not only a smartphone. Life is not only a computer screen. Stop wasting your time on your smartphone. Putting down your phone may help you live longer. It is okay to own a technology. What is not okay is to be owned by technology. You can find many beautiful things outside smartphones because we know our life is more important than anything. Thank you so much. Back to you, our close debate moderator.
Thank you very much. That was Toastmaster Manto and his closing arguments for the motion of smartphones makes us stupid. And now let's see if the negative team has more convincing arguments against that. Now I'd like to call Toastmaster Donna Nadira as the third and last speaker from the negative team. Toastmaster Donna, are you ready?
Indeed, I am.
Great. You are visible and audible as well. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please welcome the closing debater from negative team, Toastmaster Donna.
Let's throw out our smartphone, the last debater from the positive team had said. Do you really want to? Do you really believe that there is so many unbeneficial things that you can get from your smartphone that you're willing to throw it out? I understand that you have arguments against our spatial abilities, but no, they actually will increase your spatial abilities. If you say, as our Toastmaster Adrian had mentioned, that when you use camera search, you get to see the whole world and add information to it. That's the exact definition of having smart in your phone, which makes you smarter, because when you see the world and you have that Wikipedia-like set of information right at your fingertips, you get to access so much that you wouldn't be able before. And next, from Toastmaster Reddy, she also mentions that interruption is not exclusive to smartphones, because when you're interrupted by knocking on the door, by the postman saying package, you're just as attracted as you would be from your smartphone. So no, it is not exclusive to smartphones. And as for addiction, what does addiction entail? Addiction is a disorder with severe effects on physical and physiological health. A behavior like us using our smartphones may look like addiction, but current behaviors towards smartphones are not technically or medically considered as medical addiction just yet. And if you mention about the reduction of brain matter and parts of our brain lighting up, it is very easily quantifiable to see that reduction of cognitive ability, but you have to admit that smartphones have made so many people so much smarter. Stupidity is very quantifiable because all we have to do is measure the shrinkage of parts of our brain, like the prefrontal cortex and certain points depending on the stimulus. However, when you see the world around us and just how much people have grown, you can't quantify that under the brain scanner, but you can see it, you can feel it when you talk to people and just how much they're able to have information at their hands. And when you see that, oh, smartphone takes up your time up to 15 hours a day, oh, that means you only leave out 9 hours left. And so that's just sleeping and phone and sleeping and phone. I don't think so. Me, I work about that much a day and I don't hold my phone that much a day, and I'm sure you don't either. So as much as you hold your phone and you feel that, oh, I hold this all the time, and oh, I have to text and this and that, it does not affect your life that much because, as mentioned earlier, it does increase your ability to remember. And it does enhance your mindfulness by having tools that can help you first stop usage, and also second, have tools like music, machine, and calming meditative material that will always accompany you wherever you go. So when you have a tantrum, oh, well, tantrums are tough, but when you have an episode that's tough on you mentally, you get to have that very quick aid right at your fingertips when you get to consult. Hey, I'm feeling a little bit blue. Do you have some form of help that can help me? You can open up your respective scriptures, you can open up music, and therefore smartphones will help you be emotionally, at least, smarter. So yes, I am here to reinforce the points from my friends. You get to have camera storage, you get to have mindful tools. You can be interrupted by so many things that are not just your smartphones. And with addiction, it's not quite medically addictive just yet. So what do you think? Are you generally smarter or not smarter by using your smartphone? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Donna and fellow Toastmaster. And yes, that was the closing argument from the negative team against the motion of smartphones make us stupider. And with that, we have all 6 debaters presenting their arguments. And please give them a huge round of applause for their speeches. And now, if you are still not sure where you are in this debate, whether you are for or against the motion of smartphone makes us stupid, next session will be your chance to give a comments or ask questions for both teams about this topic. But before that, I would like to call upon our ballot counter so that for us to vote for the most favorite debater in this session. So Toastmaster Rani has already shared the link to the poll.
Yes,
Please.
Toastmaster Fahmi, I have shared the voting link for the most favorite individual close debaters. Please vote for 1 minute, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rani. So yes, we have 1 minute to vote for our most favorite debaters in this closed debate session. So please go to the link and pick one of the 6 debaters from the earlier session. Yeah, you can still vote for the most favorite debaters in the closed debate session by accessing the link. In the meantime, I would like to ask the audience if you have any comments or questions to the debaters for tonight. So please raise your hand or unmute yourself if you want to. Oh, okay. I think I see a hand raised from visiting Toastmaster Amran.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
To
you.
which team, may I? To which team are
No,
you going to?
I just want to make a statement. If you say smartphone make you stupid, it's just like saying that the farmer who used the bull to plow the field is stupid. I thought when the farmer used the bull, he's smart. He doesn't work hard. He works smart. But without the bull, then it will be a challenge for him to plow the field. That's what my view is. The smartphone is working harder for us. We are the smarter person using it. It won't make you stupid, but make you smarter, should be. Like the farmer using the bull. Over to you, Mr. Moderator. Just a
Thank you very
statement.
much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amran, for the comments and the statement. And I take that comment as a statement against the motion of smartphone makes us stupid. So I would like to give the opportunity for the affirmative team to provide a rebuttal against this statement. So anyone from the affirmative team who's going to respond? Okay, Toastmaster Resita.
Okay, sorry, I forgot the name who did the rebuttal before, but I
My
think
name
the
is Sambran.
okay,
My
thank
name
you,
is Sambran.
Amran.
Yep.
I think what he said, the example that he gives about a farmer using a tool is kind of different with what we have with smartphone right now, because smartphone not only affect your physical things, like it not just helping what we do in physical, but also it affect our behavior as a human. Like with tools you don't grow any dependency, but with smartphone, research has shown that the longer you use smartphone, the more dependent you are into it, and that's kind of not good for our brain. And like my teammates have shared before, it does something to your brain. This is what is not happening with the tools in the example that you give. I think that concludes my point. Thank you.
I would like to
Thank you
rebut on that. May I know that whether the researcher has a smartphone? Does the researcher has a smartphone?
Can I
Point of order, we don't have rebut again in this session. We just have question and answer.
Thank you.
Back to you, moderator.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Toastmaster Amran, for time, we will provide. We will move on to another commenters
Okay.
from the floors.
Okay.
So
Okay.
thank you very much for your enthusiasm in participating in this debate, and you will later have another opportunities to join the debate in another topic in the open debate sessions. So I would like to go to the next raised hand in my participants list, which is visiting Toastmaster Revo. Oh, Toastmaster Claudia. Okay. Um,
Hi.
Hello,
so
am I visible and audible?
yes, Toastmaster Claudia, you are visible and audible.
Thank you.
And which team are you going to comment?
More towards the government team, the positive team.
Okay, another comments for the affirmative team. So
The
yes,
affirmative
please go
team
ahead.
is the one which stands is that the smartphones make us stupid, right? So I guess one of the responsibility for the government team or the positive team is to make a definition, to set a definition and scope for the debate that will be used by both teams. And I guess I think the team failed. Maybe I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess the positive team failed to provide a clear definition of stupidity. If we are talking about science and statistics, I think you should have made a clear definition of stupidity. What kind of stupidity are we talking about here? The clear definition that I heard was actually coming from the negative side, from Toastmaster Donna, I believe. She spoke about the cognitive ability of a person. And I agree that the definition of stupidity should be measured by cognitive ability. And I think that should be delivered by the government team. And then you should, when you provide a...
Sorry, 1 minute is over.
Yeah.
Back to moderator.
I'm sorry, Toastmaster Claudia, the 1 minute is over, and you are directly muted by our Zoom master. But great comment from Toastmaster Claudia for the affirmative team. So anyone from the affirmative team who wants to respond to this comments from Toastmaster Claudia about how you define your motion?
Yes, Toastmaster, our debate moderator.
Okay, Toastmaster Anto, you have 1 minute to respond.
Yes, thank you, debate moderator, and thank you for the question from the floor, Toastmaster Korea. We want to clarify that we already mentioned in our statement, especially for me, in the third debater, that smartphone make us stupidity because cognitive capacity and overall brain power are significantly reduced when we use our smartphone. That we already mentioned in our statement. So that's clear. And I want to add some information for you and for the audience that we want to protect our children and our family from the damage of wrong using of smartphone in the near future, because we already mentioned there's 3 damage this from smartphone will cause addictions. Number 2 is make sleepless and depressed, and number 3 is smartphone make poor of navigations. That absolutely clear, and already many study and research that had been done by our researchers, lecturer, and student. So, fellow Toastmasters and all guests, throw away your smartphone.
1 minute is up.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anto, for your response to Toastmaster Claudia's comments earlier. So now I would like to invite another commenter from the floor. Now I would like specifically to invite comments for the negative team. So if you have any comments to the negative team, please raise your hand. I see that one hand is raised, visiting Toastmaster Udaya. Do you still want to comment to the negative team?
Yeah. Like they're saying that it does not make us stupid, but I feel many times smartphone make us stupid. Especially it affects our sleep. We used to use a lot of smartphones. Like the affirmative team said, I'm using smartphones at least 15 hours a day. Sometimes it extends my time till the midnight. Nowadays, I used to keep my phone away whenever I go to bed. And it helps me to wake up earlier in the morning, and it helps me to sleep better in the night. So I say it affects us a lot. Even the newborn childs are more addicted to smartphones. They don't go out and play games nowadays. If you notice, they love to play games on the smartphones. So it is affecting the minds of child from the younger age. Fortunately, I was not having smartphones when I was born. I'm able to play with the children of my age and connect with them. It was good, but nowadays it is not happening like that. So it is in some way it is very addictive and it causing a lot of things. We are losing many things.
1 minute is up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Daya. 1 minute is up, but thank you very much for your comments. And now, who is going to respond to his comment from the negative team? Anyone from Toastmaster Donna? Do you want to respond?
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead, Toastmaster Donna. You have 1 minute to respond.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, it is inevitable that times do change and children do hold gadgets earlier and earlier than ever before. to the point that they're called gadget native and not gadget adapters like we are anymore as adults. And if you see that, oh, they're always playing on Cocomelon, they're always doing this and that and watching videos and what have you, do know that there are so many people out there dedicated to the education of the youth. There are so many people out there that are doing applications that are specifically made for toddlers that teach you how to read, teach you how to respond properly, teach you how to speak better. And that whole entire set of apps are so many and abundant that they are a whole industry of its own. And I believe that smartphones and gadgets in general do help children in ways that we have not seen. Thank you.
Thank you, that's Macedona, for the response. And yes, so we have time for one more comment, and now I'm looking for another comment for the negative team. So if you have any comment or questions to the negative team, please raise your hand or unmute yourself.
I want to ask the negative team.
Okay, that's Master Alvin. Please go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, negative team say about it, less social, and they mentioning the people use newspaper to cover their face. I think this is not a valid evidence because not everyone is using newspaper at that time compared to how many people use smartphone right now. Now must everyone use smartphone to cover his face or looking for another activities rather than to making connection with someone. So I think using newspaper is another escape to making interaction is not very valid. So what do you think, negative team? Is that still cover the opinion or your motion that smartphone doesn't make us less social, but it is already established long time ago because of newspaper? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Alvin, for your comments. And let's see who's going to respond to Toastmaster Alvin's comment from the negative team.
May I, Chief Moderator?
Yes, please go ahead, Toastmaster Adrian.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Alvin, for mentioning if the question if whether the people is less social if he use his own smartphones. To define this as a social thing, I actually have an article from 2011 from University of Glasgow. Mobile phones helps in agility and smartness to first respondent to reduce the risk of death at the scene of 12% to 7% through smartphone reporting. So if we have the emergency accident somewhere, we have the tools to save their life. It shows that we are not antisocial than you think, because we can help people with our smartphones. We can show our care for our people even we don't know them. But if we see someone in trouble and needs help, we can have the tools at the, yeah.
1 minute is up. Back to you, moderator.
Thank you very much, Timer, and thank you very much, Toastmaster Adrian, for the comments and respond to Toastmaster Alvin's comments. With that, we ran out of time for this open floor comments from the floor. So I would like to call upon our ballot counter to give the voting link. So Toastmaster Rani.
Okay, thank you, our debate moderator. So I have put the voting link for the best floor debaters. So now everyone have 1 minute to vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rani. So please go to the link shared by Toastmaster Rani in the chat box and vote for our commenters from the floors. There is for visiting Toastmaster Amran, visiting Toastmaster Claudia, visiting Toastmaster Udaya, and Toastmaster Alvin. So please vote for one of them, and we'll see who's the most favorite floor debater tonight at the end of this event. Yeah, so we are almost at the end of our closed debate sessions tonight, and we had listened to great arguments from both sides of the aisle about whether smartphones make us stupid or not. And at least for me personally, there are quite strong arguments from each side of the aisle, but at the end of the day, smartphones is here to stay, and it will not go away, and it is still within our control to make decisions on how we use it, how we utilize it, and how it will affect our lives. With that, my role here as the closed debate moderator is done. Thank you very much for tonight, and I will give the control back to our chief moderator, Toastmaster Agung. Toastmaster Agung, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fahmi, who led the hot session in this meeting. Oh, it was hot. Yes, I'm now in a room that with AC with aircon, but I am sweating right now because I hear a lot of arguments that is even me, even I did want to throw my opinion into the floor, but because of the time, I could not have time to have the argument. But it's okay because after this, right after this, we will have another session, which is open debate session. So everyone is open to go your opinions. Yeah, please be ready because the session will be led by Toastmaster Su Pyu Sing from Myanmar Toastmasters Club with the topic Androids are better than iPhones. I give the control to Toastmaster Suisin as open debate moderator.
Thank you very much, our chief moderator, Agon. So yes, happy morning, all of my fellow Toastmasters from all over the world. This is Sue, and I'm from Yangon Toastmasters Club, Myanmar, and tonight I'm here as an open debate moderator. So I'm sure that you all are also eager to try and experience how it's like to be a debater by looking at our closed debater, right? So yes, it is now time for you to act as a debater and participate in the heated debate and discussions. Oh, okay, our debaters are ready here. So what are we waiting for? Let me introduce our topic right away. Here, as you can see, today is all about smartphone. And for my open debate section, the topic is that Androids are better than iPhones. What a controversial topic, because for us, there's like two groups, right? Androids and iPhone. And I'm sure that here in this meeting as well, some of you use Android and some of you use iPhone. But here, the topic itself is really controversial, and you can go with the battle, which one is better. So let me drop the team here in the chat box. So please feel free to fill up your name here in the chat box, whether you agree with the statement or you disagree with the statement. If you agree, you will be in the affirmative team. And if you disagree, you will be in the negative team. So let's do it. So for this topic, you all are getting 1 to 2 minutes, just like our usual table topic section. And here, please be aware that if you exceed 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you will not be eligible to be voted. So I think we all are clear about this open debate sections. So let's dive into it. Here, our two of the speakers, debaters are already raising up their hands. So let me ask our DTM Yusuf Chandra. So which team you wanna go with?
Which team? Agree.
Agree. Okay, then, all right, our DTM Yusuf, Androids are better than iPhone. You are from the affirmative side. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I do agree that Android is much better than iPhone. The reasons are, number one, iPhone is a bit complicated. You cannot just log in or download the application, the app, because you have to pay for every single thing. And of course, yes, I do agree that iPhone is protected. So if you lost your iPhone, nobody else can use it because the email is not known to anybody else. That is, I think, another disadvantage because many people use iPhone and they forget the email and they cannot use the iPhone anymore. So isn't it a waste of money buying a very expensive iPhone and they keep changing every few months? There will be newer iPhone. And that costs a lot. So cost is the most important thing in this case. I do agree that Android is much easier, much better, especially for the all elder people. We don't worry about losing anything. We don't have to buy something. We can use it. We can download the application and use it as free as possible. While iPhone, no way. You have to pay for everything. Yes, it is good, but money says. And again, if you lost your iPhone email, you cannot use it. You have to throw it away as far as possible. Thank you very much. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, our DTM Yusuf. So what a great start. He strongly believes that, yeah, I also agree with you, see eye to eye with you that iPhones are expensive, right? So Androids are the very good amount of money, and also we can use all of those things together. So let's hear out from our disagreed team, who is Toastmaster Adika from SCBD Toastmaster, if I'm not wrong. So here, let's hear out from him. So over to you.
Thank you, moderator. Whenever we say it's better, then we need to set the measurement. From which aspect Android is better than iPhone? To me, personally, I experienced both of them. I used Android and then I moved to iPhone. And when I use Android, I use it for at least 5 years. And then I use an iPhone for at least 8 years. So my point of view will be based on my experience. So there are 3 reasons why iPhone is better than Android. First, iPhone is much safer. I know for some people, they don't think that safety or security is important. But then what is more secure than iPhone? So Android can be leaked, but iPhone, it's harder. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's harder. Second one, there are so many times that we need to upgrade Android and it takes a lot of memory. But do you ever experience that iPhone is overload or doesn't have sufficient space after 1 year? No, it will happen around 5 years or maybe 6 years. It doesn't happen in Android, maybe only 1.5 years, and then, oh, sorry, memory is full. So basically, I ask you to find that which phone is better from the experience itself. We cannot judge only from the price because it's very relative. So which side are you? To me, iPhone is better than Android. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for a great point that you mentioned. Yeah, security things. So when it comes to those kind of things, iPhones are better. No doubt on that. Thank you very much, our disagree team, our negative team. And one pair has finished, and let's move on to the second pair. For the second pair, from the agree side, from the affirmative side, here we've got Toastmaster Israki from SCBD. Over to you, Toastmaster Israki.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Shushin, our open debater moderator. And for me, why Android is better than iPhone? First is about operating system. Yeah, Android feels more friendly than iPhone, at least for me, because yeah, I hate using iPhone, even though I should do that, but I don't really like using that phone because it's so complicated, like a relationship. And then the second is about the price and also the availability. You know, the iPhone, when they release their phone, is so expensive. It's more, what is it? It's better to have it's better to have one Android phone because the price is it's not so cheap, but we can buy it without thinking twice, because when you buy iPhone, it feels like you can buy two Android phones. And even though iPhones is always about pride, it's always about what is it? In Bahasa, we can call it gengsi, but Android is much better because everything is cheap, everything is free. There is no payment. So we can still saving our money. Then maybe if we buy iPhone, maybe we cannot get rich because we just pay. I think that's all. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much for your incredible point that you mentioned. You said like the system is kind of complicated and complex for us to understand in iPhones. Yeah, that is also a great point. By the way, this is Toastmaster Sue. Toastmaster Shwezi couldn't join us because she is on her trip, by the way. All right. Okay, now let's move on to our disagree negative team, and let's see who is lining up here. Oh, it is none other than our Toastmaster Elfin, and he is so ready to disagree with our Toastmaster Rocky. So over to you, Toastmaster Elfin.
Android user, the same question goes to you. Have you ever used iPhone? That's why you believe Androids are better, because you never use it. I was Android user and I like it to the depth. But then I feel Androids are getting worse. They are debugging, there are bugs everywhere. I agree that some of the features are free, but the anger that Androids make me is more expensive rather than the price. So then one day I see a few YouTube viewer, the reviewer, talk about iPhone, that he said iPhone only need 5 gigs of RAM
with working the same as Androids do with 8 gigs of RAM. Can you imagine? iPhone only need 4 gigs of RAM, and then Androids need 8 gigs of RAM for the same task. So once again, iPhone only need 4 gigs of RAM. Androids need 8 gigs of RAM to do the same task. So from this one, I agree that the best smartphone is iPhone. They are better than Androids in terms of efficiency, in terms of the use of the technology. And maybe you need to pay sometimes, but believe me, the money you pay for it is worth it because you can manage your things, manage your application, even though you can switch from your phone to your MacBook to your Apple TV, doing the same thing over and over seamlessly, even though you can use your AirPods from TV and to your MacBook to your iPhone very seamlessly. So of course, Androids are not better than iPhones. Back to you, Sue.
Oh, sorry. All right. All right. So that is such a practical fact that our Toastmaster Elfin made. And here we can see that he can compare those two pretty well and, you know, find out something which is better. And he argues that iPhones are better than Androids. So here comes our third pair. And for this, from the affirmative side, we have Toastmaster Rafu. So Toastmaster Rafu, over to you.
Hi, I just want to ask how many minutes do I have? I forgot.
Oh, 1 to 2 minutes, just like
Okay.
our table topic.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. Hello guys, I'm Trevor, and I will try to be the affirmative side. I've listened to many people today talk about the differences between Androids and iPhones, which is Apple, of course. And I heard a lot about the differences in terms of specs and the pros and cons. In my view, the whole and the point, the main points, the differences between Android and iPhone is the destination, like why they make the phone, right? If you see or if you saw the movies of Steve Jobs, and then if you read the books and then the story behind Apple, they're trying to make the device as perfect as it can be, perfect devices. But Android devices, they are created, I think, for a solution for our customers. Imagine if a customer needs a phone tomorrow, but the money is not enough to buy iPhone. What can he get, or what can she get? Android. Android is the solution. Doesn't matter if the specs are down or it loses to iPhone or lower quality. It doesn't matter. It is a solution to our customers. I personally work for Samsung, not directly, but indirectly. But I feel like, yeah, Androids are solutions. Doesn't matter how perfect it is, but it is still a solution to us. And of course, we cannot lie that it is very true. Back to you.
All right, so thank you very much. So one point that you strongly made is that Androids are the solution for anyone, right? So to battle up with this statement, let me invite another team member from our negative team, disagree team, Toastmaster Adrian. The screen is all yours.
Thank you, open debate moderator. So I would like to stand with iPhones. There are two parts of my arguments, which is the first one is pretty subjective, and the second one is I would argue with objective points. The first one, subjective. I used to be Android user, and currently after I have my first iPhone, I don't think I can go back to Android user anymore. It's the feel, the easiness, how you operate your app. It's just so seamless in iPhone, and the screen, it's great. And I would like to argue for iPhone is pricier than Android. I would also mention that we will use iPhone for almost double of the year that we use Android. I can assure you of that because I still use an old iPhone and still work until today. The third point is I would love to give my objective part. I'm a software engineer, and the iPhone, when we develop the iPhone, it's the secluded environment that make it more stable than the Android. So the app would not have much different behavior than we use Android. So I can assure that if it works on iPhone prior version, it would also work in the current version. So I think that's a win for me. And then for the pride part, also I'm a proud of iPhone users, but I'm not using all of the Apple device environment like their drive and any other they pay. I use iPhone and that's it. I can use it for my everyday jobs. Thank you.
All right, our software engineer himself is convincing us that iPhones are better. So who can disagree with him? So let's see our fourth pair from our agree side, Toastmaster. Let me check very quick here. Yeah, Toastmaster Adhire. Toastmaster Adhire, if you're ready, please take it away.
Seems like he's not here. Maybe you want to go next.
Oh, I see. Okay, we don't have him anymore. All right. So from the floor, who want to take a chance? Anyone from the agree side? Anybody?
I see Leonie from before.
Sorry?
Leonie?
Oh, Leonie. Is she or he stay here?
Hello.
Oh, Leonie. Okay. Oh, yes. You want to take a chance?
Okay.
Yes, please.
So I guess I'm at the agree camps, although I'm a little bit on the
Yes,
fence about
yes.
that.
That is from the agree side.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Yeah. So yeah, like TM Refo said earlier, I think Android is more. It has more flexibility in terms of giving us a solution about things. So with iPhone, yes, you could say that it was better, it was smoother, it has a better environment, but Android has more options. It has more options, and it was more flexible. And then one thing that I hate the most about the iPhone is up until now it hasn't been adopting USB-C cable. So I think it gives you, if you are buying an iPhone, you definitely need another cable to bring to your everyday life. And then yeah, and then with iPhone you have this advantage with its ecosystem, but I think it's also its weaknesses, because when you buy an iPhone, you'd feel that you have to buy another thing, buy another gadgets to feel the whole package of its environment. So I think it's also its weaknesses that you have to have the whole package of ecosystem to feel to you will want to have it because once you experience iPhone, you want everything to be seamless, and then you will have to buy another thing, and it's going to a rabbit hole because you have to buy everything new. So yeah, that's from my perspective. Thank you. Back to you, Sue.
Yes, thank you very much, for sharing your strong points about Androids are better than iPhones. Yes, that is also truly convincing for all of us. And now it's time for our disagree team. So who is lining up? And here, Toastmaster Elfie. Elfie will have a battle with Toastmaster Leonie. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster. Okay, so all of my disagree teams have the same opinion as me. So like once you try iPhone, you cannot go back to your old phone. So it is cost higher, but it's sustainable. You could use the same series for 4 years at least, like me, without having to go to the maintenance store every once a year at least. So I've been using an iPhone since 10 years ago. And during that time, there's no small thought about back to the Android. So because I'm falling in love with the ecosystem of the iPhone and Apple as the company itself, because if you own Apple's devices, you could get all the gadgets to work together in an effortless and seamless way by linking them together. So I do not need to install different apps to link them together like when I use the Android. And also iPhones don't need super powerful specs to match the high-end Android phones. Like with the iOS, you could have faster and smoother devices at the comparable price range. Like, so say no to the box, say no to the liking. For example, the budget iPhone SE with the price 7 million rupiah, you could have the same performer as Samsung Galaxy S21, I think, with the price 10 million rupiah. So, but with the longer lifetime. So for me, it's more towards the sustainable and the lifespan of the phone itself. That is why I choose iPhone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for your great point. Yes, that is true that iPhones are like really convenient in using in every single day in our life, like faster, smoother. So that is a very great point that you made. And this is the time for our last pair. So as we still have time, we'll have the last pair. So can we have from the agree side who would love to participate, because I still haven't found who want to be in the agree side. Anyone? Androids are better than iPhone. Who agrees with it? What about our Toastmaster Ilyas? You want to take a chance? No? No? Oh, okay. So what about who else want to take it? Let me find it out. What about Amelia? Amelia Dewi? You want to take a chance and participate in the agree team, affirmative team?
I'm not really into technology.
Okay. All
If
right.
I could just say 50-50, I will be in the middle.
Okay. Anyone? Only one. Only one to battle with our Toastmaster Agon. Oh, okay. So what about Toastmaster Greta? Toastmaster Greta? What about you? Gadha? Toastmaster Gadha? Oh, Toastmaster Donna, raise your hand, right? You want to take part? Oh, that is awesome. Okay, then let me invite you to my virtual stage. And yes, Androids are better than iPhone. Toastmaster Donna, over to you.
Okay, so I have followed Androids since like its inception in 2009. I was an early adapter back in middle school. And I just wanted to tell you that iPhones are a forefront of change. Things like, well, music and GPS and what else? Charging, wireless charging, they all first were seen on iPhones. Excuse me, on Androids. I was thinking about Androids. Excuse me. And yes, they were first seen on Androids. So many people have taken their time to develop these features, and then what Apple does is just like, oh, it's mine now, and make it look and market it so much better that it looks like sleek and beautiful, when no, it's like all the hard work of Android. So I believe that Androids are better because all of the technology that's on iPhone today is oh, thank you, yes, Leonie, is actually from Android. And I believe that whatever that's going to come up next, that's going to be the biggest thing on iPhone, is actually from Android. Kind of like Samsung, Faye, that happened first. So thank you. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Donna, for your great point. Yeah, yes, we all think that, yes, if it is from iPhone, it is better, right? But if it is from Android, somehow it's like lower, a bit lower than iPhone standard. So yeah, that's how we are thinking these days. So yes, how our Toastmaster Agon will disagree with this. Let's have a look.
Okay, thank you, Shu. All right. Yes, I disagree that Androids are better than iPhones. So let's look at the applications that we mostly use in our smartphones. So based on the like Toastmaster Adrian say, that based on the programmer say that when the applications want to store their applications to the App Store or Play Store, App Store will be having so much assessment, which might take longer than to Play Store. Why? Because App Store, the iPhones, Apple needs to assess, needs to check everything that needs to before the uploading or pass the quality control stage from the Apple, right? So for example, the apps want to store in Play Store needs 1 day, but then in App Store needs 5 days. So it shows us that iPhones have a lot of stages on security system, the data system. So it also affects the cost of the production. Something like that means, yeah, of course, it costs higher than Androids. But the most important thing is when you use that, you ensure that you have a better quality than the Androids. So I think that's it. When like I am, when I want to go to 5-star hotels and also 4-star hotel, it's 5-star is more expensive, but the quality is better, much better than the 4 stars. So like that, I want to conclude that iPhones is better than Androids. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you mentioned that iPhone has a better quality and better security system. You also explained it with so many examples. So, okay, it's pretty convincing. And yes, with this, we have finished altogether 5 pairs battling up by agreeing and disagreeing on the topic called Androids are better than iPhones. So now let me welcome our timer to check out who are eligible to be voted or not. So our timer, Toastmaster Farah, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sue. I will share the timer in the chat box. So congratulations for all the speakers, or the speakers are eligible to be voted. Thank you. Back to our open debate moderator, Toastmaster Sue.
Yes, thank you very much for your concise report, our timer. Wow, that is really incredible to see that all of our speakers, all of our open debaters are eligible to be voted. So it's time for all of us to choose our favorite speaker. So our ballot counter, let me follow our ballot counter, Toastmaster Nurani, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sue. So for the voting for the best open debater, I have already put the voting link in the chat box. Everyone, please vote for 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our ballot counter, for your effort. Okay, so finally, this is come to an end to my open debate section. So let me thank you, each and every one of you, for participating very actively and taking part in this open debate section as a debater. I'm quite sure that you all had fun arguing about Androids and iPhone, which are better. I'm still not sure. As for me, I'm the Android user, but you all are like pretty convinced me to try using iPhone as well. So let's see. After I have checked both, I will also come up with another argument. So till then, stay tuned. And for now, that's all for today. And thank you very much. And back to you, our chief moderator, Toastmaster Agon.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sue from Yangon Toastmasters Club. Woo! Let's give a round of applause. Boom, gar, yeah. The session was very fun. Was fun. I was laughing. I was having fun, and oh my God, it's such a great time. And I would like to say to you that actually I am an Android user, but I say that iPhone is better. All right then. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to move on to another session, which is the Chief Judge concluding remarks. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Reynaldo.
Toastmaster Agung, photo first.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Alvin. Yes, please, your time, Toastmaster Alvin, to take the photo.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Agung. Everyone, please turn on your video and state, are you Android, this one? Or are you iPhone only one finger, okay? Android or iPhone, nothing wrong answer, yeah, we are just having our own style. So please turn on your camera. Toastmaster Garda, Natasha, except G1, G2, G3, yeah? Okay. So are you Android or iPhone user? 3, 2, 1. Okay, it is recorded now. Now just freestyle, express yourself, give your wild pose. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, back to you, Toastmaster Agung.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alvin. Yes, let's move on to the next session. Toastmaster Reynaldo as Chief Judge from Ultimate Toastmaster Club. Please, the stage is yours.
All right. Good evening, everyone. What a night do we have, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's a boom duar moment from all the debaters for tonight, either both from the affirmative and the negative team. Thank you very much for relaying the information that you guys provide in your statements. I truly appreciate that all of you not only mentioning the resource of the information, but also at least try to play the game a little bit by playing the devil's advocate and trying to really argue from your own point of view. And yeah, I guess nothing left to say because I believe everyone understands when it comes to smartphones, of course, it is imperative for all of us these days. We just simply cannot live without it because everything is so interconnected. We're living in a globalized world. It's very tough to imagine living one's life without a smartphone. And thereby, I think I would just like to share something so that every single person in the room can learn something or a key takeaways. And oh, before you share, do you mind if I share something first, Toastmaster Nurani? Just a quick one. It's actually a kind of a lesson so that everyone can learn and have something after we finish this friendly debate meeting. I hope it's visible already.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's still
There's
loading.
always issue whenever I try to share my screen using my laptop. See, this is the thing. We always need technology, guys. Despite all.
Okay, Toastmaster Aldo is freezing. Okay.
Oh boy, I got kicked out again. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to reshare my screen so that all of us can learn something. Just a little bit terms in regard to debate. Okay. And this is not me imposing my view on everyone. I believe both teams, again, already doing their marvelous job for tonight. Let's start with this one. Ad nauseum. Ad nauseum refer to something that has been done or repeated so often that it has become annoying or tiresome, meaning that those specific person keep repeating the exact same fact or opinion again and again, things like that. And in anecdotal evidence, it's pretty self-explanatory. Rely heavily on anecdotal evidence to create a larger conclusion in which it's not supposed to be one, because again, the conclusion only backed up with anecdotal evidence. And then red herring, an argument that uses confusion or distraction to shift attention away from a topic and toward a false conclusion. This is tricky right there. I know. And then moving on to false dilemma. Present limited options, typically by focusing on two extremes, either A or B, black and white, things like that. When in fact, more possibilities could exist. That's false dilemma. And then dovish versus hawkish. This is a governmental terms, I believe. This is about policy stance whenever government try to exert their policy between soft one or meek and an aggressive one. I believe someone mentioned before that we should throw away our phones. That was a little bit aggressive right there, but it's okay. It's okay. We are trying to learn every single person in the room right now, just fine. And then threat inflation. This is one of the oldest strategy. And for some reason, it's still effective because I think it's fair to say, or it's safe to assume that there are some people out there who are gullible enough to be fooled with specific narratives or information. Threat inflation, overestimate the climate of the situation with certain narratives, right? For example, the possible damage is 8, right? From scale 1 to 10, or maybe let's call it 6. But then the narratives that being played for some reason trying to paint or depict that the possible damage would be 10. Thereby, there's a certain policies which require certain fundings and need to push in a certain way. That's yeah, political strategy right there. Anyway, bandwagon fallacy. Something is true, right, or good because simply because other people already agree with, right? We are in a room filled with 1 until 10 people. The 9 person already agreed to a certain conclusion. Now, of course, the one person that's left psychologically think that, well, maybe the truth is already set by these 9 people. They're already correct. That's called bandwagon fallacy without trying to think through whether it is true or not. And then causal fallacy. Draw a conclusion about what the cause was without enough evidence to do so. This is related with previous one, anecdotal evidence. And then lastly, middle ground fallacy. This is dangerous right there because yes, for some reason, painting things in a black and white is not wise. However, that does not mean every single case on earth could be used in a middle ground way, right? And this is where middle ground fallacy is actually assumes that a compromise between two extreme conflicting points is always true, which is not, thereby ignoring the possibility that either side could be true or false. And I believe that's all. Hopefully everyone can learn something from these terms because right now we are in a friendly debate session. Usually these terms are being used as someone to relay their statements in real life debate, relevant debate. And then in regard to technology, because most people are already talking about the specs, the specifications of a phone and all that stuff, I believe I can chip in just a little bit, my own opinion here. And yeah, this is it. I actually read these 2 books. And the first one, this is How They Tell Me the World Ends, is a business book of the year in 2021 by McKinsey and Financial Times. And Chip War is a book which talks about the critical aspect of our technology, the one that exists within our phones, our gadgets, anything, our microwaves, our refrigerators, our cars. Business book of the year as well in 2022. Yeah, from that, I think I must begrudgingly said that when it comes to security, actually, there's no such thing as security in this modern era when it comes to the usage of smartphones, laptops, computers, anything like that. Everything can be breached. Of course, this is not the case in normal people. This is like a high level cases, involves people in high places. But anyway, that's just my way to chip in a little bit about technology. And right now I would go to Toastmaster Nurani, our belt counter, to announce who's going to be the winner team for tonight, everyone. Let's go. All right, here it is, the Hall of Fame. Let's see. Everyone, are you ready? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Yes.
Let's go. Who's gonna be the winner for tonight? Let's go, Toastmaster Nurani.
Okay, so based on the judge, the best team is, congratulations.
Boom, the SCBD Toastmasters Club.
Treble winner.
Congratulations, SCBD Toastmasters Club.
On the camera.
All right.
Why am I not so? We should do the
There you
Elmo
go.
pose, like
Okay, make pose. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. Back to you, Chief Judge.
Thank you, President Alvin from SCBD, for leading the session to take a screenshot. And I believe up next, we got the rest of the announcement for the best debaters in closed and open session. And with that, I'll give the control to our ballot. Toastmaster Nurani, is that correct?
Telurnya ini.
Yes, yes, telurnya ini. It is.
Okay, thank you, our chief judge. So now I will continue with the announcement of the most favorite individual close debater. So for the most favorite individual close debater is, congratulations, Toastmaster Donna Nadira from SCBD as the negative team.
Okay, Donna, make a pose. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Okay, congratulations, Toastmaster Donna. So next week, among 4 floor debaters, now we have the winner. And the winner for the floor debater is, it's Toastmaster Claudia Mary Josephine. Congratulations, Toastmaster Claudia. Is Toastmaster Claudia still here?
Okay. Congratulations. Please pause. 3,
Thank
2,
you.
1. Okay.
Okay, congratulations. And now next, we also have 10 great open debaters. And based on the voting, the best open debater is distinguished Toastmaster Yusuf Chandra. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Yusuf Chandra.
Okay. Congratulations, Pak Yusuf. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Okay, now I think we shall continue with the ceremony of certificate of appreciation for the role takers and also the participant. So Toastmaster Alvin, please help me to take a picture of each role takers and participants while I call the names one by one. So first, I would like to call for our chief judge, Toastmaster Reynaldo Rero from Ultimate Toastmaster.
Okay, Toastmaster Aldo. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Okay, and now we have the first judge. It's Toastmaster Azhar Othman. Toastmaster Azhar.
Toastmaster Azhar.
Are
Not
you
here?
still here? Yeah, he's here. Okay,
Okay.
I think I see him.
Okay, pause Toastmaster Azhar. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Azhar. Next, we have our second judge. It's Toastmaster Emmanuel Maxruya from Ultimate Toastmaster Club.
Toastmaster Ruya.
Master Ruya.
He's probably still eating. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he's away. Okay, then we shall move to the third judge. We have Toastmaster Rahmania Wanodiatama. Toastmaster Nia, please open your camera.
All right. Please pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
Okay, congratulations. No, thank you, Toastmaster Nia. So next, we have our close debater moderator, Toastmaster Fahmi.
Mr. Fahmi. Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
Please pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Right, next we have our open debater moderator, Toastmaster Su Pyusin. Toastmaster Su.
Please pause.
Please pause.
3, 2, 1. Done.
Okay, done. Next, we have another role taker. It's our chief moderator, Toastmaster Muhammad Agung Wardoyo.
Please pause. Toastmaster Agung. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay, done. Next, for the another role taker is Toastmaster Uyun Aziza as our surgeon at arms.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uyun. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Okay, next it's Toastmaster Farah Rizik as our tiler.
Okay, thank you. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Okay, now it's me, Toastmaster Nurani Mustika Dewi as the ballot counter.
Okay, thank you. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done, Toastmaster.
Okay, move. Now, Toastmaster Alvin, you can take your own picture as our Zoom master.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, done.
Right. Last, but oh, not. That's for the certificate for the role takers, and now I will call for the participants, the 6 participants of the closed debate session. The first one is from the affirmative team. It's Toastmaster Resita Sriwahyuni from Eagle.
Okay, please pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
Okay, next we have Toastmaster Radika, also from the affirmative team.
I didn't see Toastmaster Radhika.
Yeah, I didn't see. I can't see her too. So shall we move to the third participant from the
Yes.
affirmative team? It's Toastmaster Ranto Gultom.
Toronto, please pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now we will move to the participant of the negative team, which is from SCBD Toastmaster Club. The first one is Toastmaster Adrian Eka.
Pause, Toastmaster Adrian. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay, next it's Toastmaster Septika Dewi Sinata.
Okay, please pause. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Septi.
Okay, and for our last participant is Toastmaster Dona Nadira.
Please pause, Toastmaster Dona. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay.
Okay, I think that's all for the awarding and certificate section. So we'll give the control back to our chief moderator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rani, who presented the certificates and also the announcement. What do you think, guys, about tonight's meeting, tonight's event? I'm sure that you had a great time. You had a great time, yes, I'm sure of that. But I would like to just speed it up because we are running out of time. As chief moderator, thank you so much for your participation, and also especially for my role takers who voluntarily took the role in this event. I would like to thank you. So thank you so much. And now I would like to give the control back because I need to have Mr. President to have some announcement, etc. Toastmaster Alvin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Agung, our chief moderator, also the chair of this last debate. Congratulations, all the role takers. We finished the 3 debate match series. Wow, you're awesome. Woo! Congratulations for all of you. Wow, so amazing. We are at the end of the finish line for the debate series. So many things to learn. Once again, you can rewatch our YouTube video either on SCBD YouTube channel or Ultimate YouTube channel and also in Essential YouTube channel. All right, maybe just one announcement again that our club will do the meeting in Ramadan every Saturday in 10 AM. And the next week we don't have the meeting because we will have a division contest. Our representative will be Toastmaster Donna and Toastmaster Andika. Okay, before we close, I would like to ask some announcement from the visiting Toastmasters to announce their club meeting. Maybe from Toastmaster Ranto, you want to announce your meeting?
Thank you, Toastmaster Alvin. Yes, I'm Ranto from Universitas Indonesia Toastmaster Club, and our meeting will be had on the next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Please welcome to Universitas Indonesia Toastmaster Club. Thank you so much. Give you back to Toastmaster Alvin.
Next Thursday. Thank you, Toastmaster Ranto. Don't forget to go to UI next Thursday. And how about from Toastmaster Claudia? When will be your next meeting?
Hi everyone. I'm Toastmaster Claudia from Metropolitan Toastmaster, and our club will have our meeting on the next March 28th on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. sharp at America, the U.S. Embassy Cultural Center in Pacific Place Mall, and it's hybrid, so it will be offline and online, and you can check the Zoom registration link on the chat box. Thank you very much. And oh yeah, our speaker on the next session will be Toastmaster Wilson, which is the winner for table topic contest from Division B. So if you want to see how Toastmaster Wilson speak in person, please do come offline to America. See you. Bye.
See you in 28 March. Thank you, Toastmaster Claudia. And how about from Toastmaster Resita still here? No, yeah. I would like to invite a guest, maybe Gifar. Are you still here, Gifar?
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay. So what do you think about the debate?
Yeah, it's really great to have experience here. So because I'm still a guest, I'm so sorry. I haven't been able to take a part to the session. Maybe I still absorbing the good energy from you guys. So thank you for the lesson. Maybe for the next, I'll give the club, the Toastmaster club. Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity.
Yeah,
Thank
you,
Back to you.
Gifar. Yeah, I can't wait to call you Toastmaster Gifar, yeah, for the next meeting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Nice to meet
Toastmaster Gifar. Anybody want to give some announcement? Please just raise your hand. How about from Toastmaster Fahmi? When will be the next meeting of your club?
Well, we just had our meeting yesterday.
Yesterday.
So I assume the next meeting will be on the wait. Yes, right, yesterday. I don't know if we will have a meeting on the 13th, but we definitely will have a meeting on the 6th of April. I'm not Exco from the essential side.
Okay.
But everyone is welcome to the meeting. I will give you a much better information later after asking Karina.
All right.
Thank
Thank you, our moderator, Toastmaster Fahmi from Essential. Okay, and that's pretty much it for our session for today. Once again, thank you so much for all role takers, all participators, and also those who crowd the chat box. And really exciting. The discussion is very fruitful. Yeah, open our eye. And once again, congratulations for all you guys. You know, we cannot do this just for one person. The support from you is really very helpful. With that, I would like to adjourn this meeting with the big explosion. Bom duar! Selamat pagi and happy morning.
Happy
Happy morning.